Now, let's turn to our man in the sports dicks, Lester Gayford.
Here on True's News, we report what the scripts tell us to. So we begin sports tonight with some sad news. By now, I'm sure everyone's aware of the passing of that guy that got famous for throwing a ball through a hole. And because of that same act of throwing a ball through a hole, he was rewarded with ridiculous money and celebrity status. The celebrity status courtesy of the media who glorify and praise such people. And not counting endorsements, which we all know pay more than their salary a lot of times. During his playing days, he made around $25 million a year. And just think of all the different kinds of scientists, you know, the ones which gave us all the technologies we have, our knowledge we have of our bodies, our environment and the universe, the ones who have cured diseases, enabled renewable energy, discovered hydroponics. I could go on and on. But anyway, all those greatest creators, inventors, and minds of our time, what do you think they would get paid in relation to somebody who can throw a ball through a hole? At least the same, right? 25 million? Nope. Try between 50 and 110,000 a year. And using an average of that salary, you could employ over 300 scientists for that one person that throws a ball through a hole. So, which would you rather have? Sorry, I had to drop the mic on that one. And since the consensus seems to be that we're supposed to care more about people with a lot of money, we'll continue our coverage of the tragic death of the person who could throw a ball through a hole pretty well. Let us also not forget there was 9 people total who died in that helicopter. That's kind of strange because you only hear of 1. Well, 2, but that's because the second was related to the money. I guess those other 7 weren't rich enough, so fuck them. And if you think 9 people dying for something that was pretty much unavoidable is sad, times 9 by 2,777. And that's how many people die every single day from hunger, which is preventable, and totally preventable diseases. That's 25,000 people every single day. But we're supposed to be heartbroken over 1, but not the 25,000, right? And turning to the other big story that our scripts instruct us to, the Stupor Bowl, or as the owners of the system refer to it, Cha-Ching Day. We sent our man Harry Hopper to speak with the senior citizen who whistled the national anthem at the regular game that they say is big.
Here we are on Stupor Bowl Sunday, the day where our oppressors swim in the money they made from this day and laugh at the stupidity of everyone who's bought into it. Another day to buy a bunch of junk food that's bad for you, made with cheap artificial ingredients and fillers, and have your brain serenaded with what piece of junk to buy next that you don't need. So just relax and enjoy the Roman football players, and pay no mind to the men behind the curtain. But we're not here for truth. We're here to talk to the man who, for the first time at the Stupor Bowl, has whistled the national anthem purely with his anus. I got a chance to sit down and speak with Robert Johnson afterwards. So, Mr. Johnson, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for sitting down on the donut and speaking with me. So how did this all start, you whistling with your asshole?
Well, it actually started by mistake. When I was younger, me and some buddies used to have farting contests. I used to practice my ass acoustics a lot because we were all competitive, and I perfected the farting technique I called the stutter step. It sounded like a damn DJ.
Very nice. How were you able to fart enough to practice?
Well, if you get on all fours and stick your ass in the air, you can inhale air with your anus just like you can with your mouth and a burp.
Very informative and descriptive. I'll have to try that sometime. So through practice, you learned you could whistle with your sphincter muscles. When was the first time you put it into practical use?
Well, I had always been too shy to do it in public, but when I first laid eyes on the woman of my dreams, who is now my wife, I knew I had to do anything to try and win her over. So right then and there, in the middle of the mall, I whipped my pants down and began to serenade her.
That's really sweet. What song did you whistle for her?
My Girl by the Temptations.
Wow, good choice. And there's quite a lot of range in that one. Under such pressure, were you able to hit the notes?
They didn't used to call me Trouser Trumpet for nothing.
What did your future wife say when she first heard you whistle a tune with your brown eye?
Well, at first, she thought it was fucking disgusting.
What did she actually say to you?
Those were her exact words. She said, "Man, that's fucking disgusting." But when I broke it down like a jukebox, she changed her tune. Pun intended.
So did you sphincter whistle tunes for your wife a lot after that first time?
Actually, yes. We had a thing for a while where I used to whistle her to sleep some nights. But that all ended one night that tragedy struck.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Mr. Johnson. Would you care to elaborate what happened?
Well, my wife and I had been out having a few drinks one night. More than a few, actually. It was late when we left the bar, and we were really hungry. There was no place open but Taco Bell.
Oh, well, actually, Mr. Johnson, you don't have to explain, really.
No, I want to. It's important I tell my story. If there is anyone listening who's an anus whistler, perhaps I could prevent further tragedy from happening.
I think we can surmise the rest of the story, sir.
No, you asked me, and I'm going to tell you. This is a part of my life that is very near and dear to my heart and my asshole.
Oh, shit.
So anyway, as I was saying, we were both intoxicated and very hungry, and we loaded up on the toxic hell. I must have eaten 5 pounds of that shit. As we were laying down to go to sleep, she asked if I could whistle her a lullaby. I asked her which one, and she said Dixie.
Was that an expression, or did she actually mean whistling Dixie?
She actually meant whistling Dixie. I had done it before, and it was one of her favorites, but it took a lot of sphincter muscle.
Oh, Lord. Sir, really, there's no need to.
No, I insist. I am not afraid to face my demons, no matter how brown or liquidy they are. And so, I was trying to be cute 'cause I was drunk. I climbed up on the step stool we had in our room. I spread my butt cheeks with both hands, sucked in some air, puckered my hole, and I projectile shitted all over her.
Fuck, I knew it.
And I haven't performed any anal audio since then. Until now. And after all the practice, preparation, and performance, they didn't even go with it. They chose those other 2 bimbos.
Well, Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry they didn't choose your O-ring performance, but that was a very touching, tragic, and tasteless story. Would you mind to whistle us out?
Sure, not at all. What would you like to hear?
Well, how about to commemorate you overcoming your fear and being brave enough to tell us your story, how about you whistle the Dixie out of here?
Okay, Dixie it is.
Motherfucker! I thought you said you enemed.
I did. I guess there was a little left in the tank.
Son of a bitch, I just bought this shirt. Well, that's it from here. Reporting from the Stupid Bowl. For News 4 on 20, I'm Harry Hopper.
That Harry, he's always in some shit. I think he's a putz.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Join us next time when we'll have more distraction, separation, and fear-mongering. We'll even use some different words. I'm Dick Rammer.
And I'm Jennifer Phibb.
Good night, everyone.